I just want to, because I've been working on this for like the last 3 days, right? Everybody knows that Amanda Seales got everybody going crazy on the internet, okay? And so I recorded a reaction video with my initial thoughts. And later on, I found out some information that let me know that Amanda Seales is lying, okay? So I'm going to play the video that let me know Amanda is lying about her diagnosis with autism, which leads me to believe that she could be potentially lying about everything else. So that's why I have been delayed in terms of my video, but I'm going to get into that. So I'm going to still let y'all listen to what my reaction to the video was, but I was completely wrong. Amanda did whatever them niggas said that she did. She did that shit. And I'm going to just go back to what my grandma used to tell me, child. If everybody don't like you, girl, it's you, okay? It's you. And that's what it is. So here's the video, all right? And then the rest of my reaction, where in all the areas where I say I believe her, child, I don't. And I was wrong, all right? Here it is, y'all, child.
And he was asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor because I'm not paying $10,000 to do that. And most people will tell you that at this age, you don't need a clinical diagnosis in that sense. And I think that's the other thing. It's like, we are so conditioned here in this nation to really only consider something in one kind of way. And I will get back to that.
Now, here's my original reaction to the interview prior to me finding out that she sat up here and diagnosed herself with ChatGPT, child. Some old Google WebMD bullshit. Girl, I cannot believe you, girl. Anyway, still pissed about that. But let's be clear, okay? Let's be clear, T.I. voice, all right? I will always believe the victim first. I will always go with the victim or the person who has the least power between the power dynamic, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm always gonna believe the victim first, and that's it. That's all until proven guilty. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Because the way our country is set up, baby, it's too many people in power exploiting folks, baby. That's the way our country is set up. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it, child. Again, I was dead ass wrong. So anytime where I say I believe her, child, she lying. All right, y'all. So I just wrapped watching the Amanda Seales interview with Shannon Sharpe on his podcast, Club Shay Shay. And I've got a couple things. So I already know Amanda Seales is polarizing, okay? Either hate her or love her, okay? And that's it. There's really no in the middle with her. You either hate her or love her, okay? Shout out to Amanda Seales because she did reveal to us that she has autism. And that she has been clinically diagnosed, right? And she learned that some of the habits and things that she picked up on or that she used to do when she was younger was called stimming. And that was basically a way for her to be able to self-soothe when she was feeling anxious, etc. as a child, okay? Now, being autistic means you're neurodivergent, okay? So you're not the typical, your brain is not set up in the typical way that other people are set up, right? The typical way. So your brain is atypical, which is nothing wrong with that. So that also means that the social cues that, one person or another person who is neurotypical may have, she doesn't necessarily have them. Now, I honestly hands down I believe what she said. I do. Do I 100% like, yes, Amanda, I believe everything you say. I hang off every word. No, not at all. Not at all. But I do know from personal experience and also just seeing how sometimes people operate that they don't always want somebody who is blunt. Now, what I want to point out for sure is that Shannon Sharpe, girl, first of all, Shannon Sharpe's podcast is not a safe space for Black women. It's not. Shannon baby, oh Lord. When I tell you the white supremacy was just jumping out. Like he just could not hear anything. The white supremacy and the misogyny was just jumping out every 5 minutes. And I was looking at Shannon like, boy, please be quiet. Like, I really want to support you, but what you're doing right now, you're not prepared. You're not prepared for this type of dynamic um interview. And before y'all get in my comments and be like, well, Monique was able to get on his show and she did just fine. You're absolutely right. But Monique is also rooted in very much misogynoir. Okay, Monique thinks in the same way that women have their place and women should be, under men and all this other foolishness that Monique believes. Okay, so her and Shannon are one and like-minded when it comes to that thing. So Amanda is nowhere near that. Okay. And so I feel like there were times where Shannon was a little bit intimidated, a little scared. One, because Amanda was calling out some of that white supremacy bullshit that he was on, but also because this is this Black woman who is not fitting that typical norm of, the kind Black girl who's afraid of ever coming off as combative or anything. No, Amanda's going to tell you when you're wrong or when she thinks you're wrong. Okay. So there were some parts in the interview that really pissed me off. So when Amanda expressed to Shannon that she was clinically diagnosed, I might add, with having autism, do you know that fool questioned her experience? He was like, so like they said, so just because, you may think differently, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're neurodivergent. Nigga, okay? Nigga with a hard end, nigga, okay? She was clinically diagnosed by a psychiatrist, boo, or clinically diagnosed with whatever governing body diagnosed these things. Love, how are you now trying to dispute her experience? Okay, and he did it a number of times, and I was just like, okay, you know what? When as soon as he did that, I was like, oh no, oh no, he on that bullshit. I don't have time. So it was very hard for me to take Shannon seriously in this interview. Okay, and I ain't gonna hold you. It got real tense a couple times. Okay, I did see Amanda trying to regulate and de-escalate the conversation, but I don't understand how the hell it got there when every time she would open her mouth to tell her experience on the interview that he invited her ass to come on, and he trying to combat her. Sir, this is her experience. What? I also don't believe that he would have had or kept that same energy had it been a man interviewing with him. He showed much grace. Okay, with Cat Williams and every other dusty ass nigga, minus Cat Williams, because I don't think Cat Williams is dusty. And any other dusty ass nigga outside of Cat, okay, that came to interview. It was a safe haven for them. They were able to talk and kick it, and he was empathetic and asked probing questions and all of those things, but it just felt like he was very standoffish with Amanda. And don't get me wrong, I understand she is very strong, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a real conversation with her as a human. Okay, so those are some of the things that really just pissed me off about him. I feel like, again, Shannon Sharp, baby, that white supremacy was jumping out. Okay, so Amanda shares with us that she experienced, all right, in her own body, growing up in Orlando, Florida. And again, I am from Florida. Okay, Florida is notorious for racism. And let's be for real. This is the United States of America, baby. It's systemic. Okay, it really is. However, shout out to Nita the Diva. Okay, Florida is notorious. All right, you see this raggedy DeSantis. Okay, you see him, baby, and this is 2024. Okay, so she shares a story about how she was growing up in Florida, Orlando, Florida. She went to Dr. Phillips High School, okay, over there in Dr. Phillips, all right, in Orlando, Florida. And the teacher was teaching a class. Now, Amanda was the only Black girl in this class, and this teacher was teaching that the Black indigenous people that lived wherever they were talking about were Stone-aged people. And ultimately, they were not able to fully advance because they just couldn't keep up with the times. Now, when I tell you, if that's not some whitewash bullshit, so as soon as Amanda explained that, I don't understand why Shannon Sharp wasn't pissed, right? So the teacher was telling these white kids, okay, Amanda's the only Black girl, and this teacher is telling these white kids that these Black indigenous people, okay, are Stone Age people and they're not able to advance, and this is why, because basically trying to call them people, indigenous people, incompetent and behind the times. Okay. And so Amanda corrects her teacher. Did the teacher like it? No. Teacher doesn't like it. She calls her parents in, calls Amanda's parents in. Now, if Amanda had corrected her teacher multiple times, ma'am, that's a you problem. Maybe you need to go and really figure out what the hell you got going on. Okay, that's a you problem. But I see people in the comments saying, "Well, I wouldn't want nobody to correct me. You know, children need to stay in a child's place." Huh? Giving wrong racist information? That is racist information because that is not accurate. That is not correct. Shannon said, "Oh, maybe the teacher misspoke. Maybe the teacher just didn't want you to talk over her, and maybe that was a problem. Maybe if a white girl or a white student said the same thing and was correcting her, the teacher would have had an issue as well." She was like, "No, I don't think so." And I agree with her. I wonder if we were having the same conversation with Shannon Sharp about Skip Bayless. Because remember Undisputed, which I'm side-eyeing Skip Bayless. He got a little thing for black men, child. I don't even, girl, But I wonder, I wonder if he would have the same reaction if the shoe was on the other foot. If Amanda was asking Shannon Sharp about him and Skip Bayless and the whole situation with him on Undisputed. I wonder how he would respond to Amanda if she was constantly questioning his experience. I looked at Shannon and was like, boy, what the hell going on? How many times did you get hit upside your goddamn head in the NFL? Nigga, did you have CTE already? What the fuck is going on? God, let me tell you something. In NFL and these NBA players, baby, they be the weakest goddamn link, nigga. I'm telling you, between Marcellus Wiley, OJ Simpson, child, Shannon Sharp, Ocho Cinco, child. I mean, the list is long as hell with these NFL players, child. Get their asses checked because these motherfuckers don't be working right. I'm telling you. I was like, what the hell wrong with you? Did you not hear what she said that this teacher was teaching? Why are you not outraged just by that alone? Girl, anyway, you see I'm getting hot. You see I'm hollering. Okay, so let me bring it down because I'm hollering. I'm trying not to holler at y'all. But anyway, so Amanda was like, "No, okay," because this is the same teacher, right? Who there was an incident where a student was stealing, thought it was me. The teacher thought it was me. The white girl who actually was stealing confessed and said she was the one that was stealing. The teacher wanted to send both Amanda and the white girl to the principal's office still. I said, girl, and Shannon, here he go, putting his tap dance shoes on, telling my son, well, maybe they was wrong, maybe they missed, child. I can't. And then make it so bad. It get worse, y'all. It gets worse, okay? But wait, there's more, okay? There's more. So then Amanda tells us about her opportunity to dance for Disney, okay? And she's the only black girl there. I'm telling you, when you in Florida, I was the only black girl. I'm like, now I know it's goddamn black people all over the state. But baby, I feel like I'm the only motherfucker in this why am I always the only one here? Okay? Anyway, so she talks about her experience as a child at Disney at this dance thing, okay? At this dance opportunity. Only black girl there. These white kids was calling her the N-word, okay? They were telling her the only reason why she was there is because she's black. I'm like, now she the only black person here, but she's only here because she's black. But no, what are you? Maybe we can flip it and say the only reason why you're here is because you're white, because there's more of y'all than it is of me. So what you talking about? I can't. Again, my pressure. Let me just come on down. Let me come on down, y'all. And when I say my pressure going up, I'm kidding. I don't have high blood pressure at all. Okay, I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm just hollering. Okay. Anyway, so Amanda says, I know, again, based off of her original anecdote, okay, he claims that maybe the teacher just misspoke and didn't understand. Maybe the teacher just didn't want you interrupting her in class because, kids need to be seen and not heard, okay? I said, child, if you don't go away from me with this. And even if that's the case, ma'am, you're going to hear this child today because you're not going to be going around spreading no wrong-ass information about no black people, okay? And so she says, I know you probably going to have an issue, all right? But those kids were racist. He said, no, I don't think those kids was racist. Kids can't be racist. I just think maybe you ain't never been bullied by no kid. I have never, when I tell you, we used to call it ranking, okay? We used to call it ranking. we used to call you ashy, your breath stank, your mama fat. What it is, your mama so fat she jumped out of a jumped on a rainbow and Skittles popped out. You know what I'm talking about? That corny shit we used to say to each other, child. That's it. Okay? That's the stuff we used to say. Never ever in my life have I ever been okay and laughed and was all right with somebody calling me the N-word. Hell no. I said Shannon motherfucking Deontay Sharp. I know you fucking lying to me. Not you sitting up here talking about some, oh, well, them kids, that's just kids being bad. Kids, they can't be racist. Now, if it was an adult or something, then maybe. What, have you never heard of the Central Park? Not Central Park, you never heard of Little Rock 9? And she said it too. She was like, what? Are you kidding? Are you be fucking for real right now, Shannon? Be fucking for real. When I don't understand what his problem was. I mean, he went out of his way. Baby, when I tell you he was doing some acrobatic bullshit just so that he could try to invalidate her entire experience. I was like, oh, Shannon, go away from me with this. Go away from me with this, okay? So we get into the whole situation with Issa Rae. Now, when I tell you there was some times where I was like, Amanda, why the hell you opened your goddamn mouth? You shouldn't have said a motherfucking thing. You shouldn't have said a motherfucking thing. And while I was not there for any of these scenarios, I don't know Amanda Seales from a can of paint, girl. I really don't, okay? But I still believe that she has some sort of validity, a little bit of validity, okay? And I understand that, yes, when people are complaining about you, that it is more than likely you, that's the problem. But I still feel like I believe her. I do. I can't say all of it. And there are times where I be like, man, shut your ass up, girl. You should have never said no shit like that, girl. Anyway, okay, so Issa Rae's situation. Now we find out that it's Issa Rae's publicist that's got the problem with Amanda, but Issa don't never intervene to try to remedy the situation. Issa pushes it off and says you need to handle it between the publicists. You and the publicist need to work it out. But both the publicist and Amanda report to Issa. It's like, girl, it's your responsibility as their boss to help them remedy the situation. Okay? And so Vanessa, who is the publicist, is going around kicking Amanda out of the party, doing all kinds of stuff. And Issa is not standing and saying anything. And here's where I feel like Issa, and I was talking to my homegirl about this. She says that she feels like Issa never had any respect for Amanda. And basically, because Issa never had any respect for Amanda, when everybody fell out with Amanda, it was kind of like, you know, all these people doing my dirty work for me. So I don't got to say nothing to her and I don't got to do nothing for her. So period. Let her go on about her way. Right? So I have mixed feelings about that, because I do feel like Issa as a manager, as her boss, should have stepped in and tried to remedy the situation regardless. I do. But I also feel like Amanda, girl, she had a conversation with Sharonis Jackson, child. And we know them niggas ain't shit. Sharonis Jackson and what's that, Darius? Darius Jackson. That's Keke Palmer baby daddy, that raggedy ass nigga. We know them niggas ain't shit over there. Okay? We know that Sharonis had a baby with one of the girls from Insecure, and the word on the curb was he was being an inactive father. He wasn't shit. He was a deadbeat ass dad, okay? Very similar to his brother, okay? And so Amanda decided to take it upon herself to tell him that the people was smiling in his face and talking about him behind his back about being an ain't shit ass father. And I was like, Amanda, why the fuck did you decide to go back and tell that nigga a motherfucking thing? He ain't your friend. Is that your friend? No, he ain't your friend. Go sit down, shut your mouth and mind your goddamn business and collect this check. Okay? But no, Amanda decided she was going to go say something to him. The conversation went well, according to her. But then as soon as everything started falling out with Vanessa, who is Issa Rae's publicist, he hopped on the bandwagon saying negative things about Amanda. I said, that's why you should have minded your goddamn business, Amanda. Okay? She was saying some old crazy stuff about her dating Pusha T, child. She got excellent taste in men. She was dating Lupe Fiasco. Like, girl, boo, boo, boo. She shouted out Pusha T's wife. Girl, I see Amanda, see you say shit like that. It's real, but also, and I ain't even gonna hold, you know what? She dated Scrappy too. I'm hoping when she said she has excellent taste in rappers, I hope to God she was being facetious. And she also mentioned about how she like bailed niggas out of jail and all this other stuff. I was like, girl. She also mentioned the Myron Rose situation. She said she didn't know exactly how to handle the thing, but she was put in a situation where she felt like she needed to say something, and she did. I respect her for that, because 9 times out of 10, The people who have the power are the ones that are exploiting it. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. What else? The Grio article. My thought for that is that they dead ass wrong. Okay, so I know y'all already know about the Grio, creating some opinion piece saying that Amanda Seales is the victim of her own hubris. Okay, and while I understand that people may have an opinion about other people, I would never sign off on a Black publication that is supposed to support Black people, Black women, men, non-binary, whoever. You are supposed to uplift Black people. I don't understand why they would ever do any type of piece, opinion or otherwise, okay, talking negatively about Amanda Seales on some petty bullshit. I said, you know what? Y'all motherfuckers ain't writing about Diddy. Y'all motherfuckers ain't writing about goddamn Russell Simmons' raggedy ass. Y'all motherfuckers ain't writing about some shit that really need to be talked about. Y'all ain't talking about how these niggas out here exploiting people and shit. No, y'all want to take y'all time and write about Amanda Seales. Let's just pile on Black women, right? This is a Black woman that everybody hates. Let's just pile on. A publication that exists to support Black women, Black people as a whole. I said, y'all know what? That's some trash shit to do. And it was multiple publications. And she said that she actually she had a nervous breakdown and almost thought about offing herself. And that's where I was like, that is some sick bullshit for the Grio to do. The Grio and all them other goddamn publications that are owned by Black people, or at least pushed by Black people, supported by Black folk, for them to do some mess like that. That is the most grimiest thing ever. Even if you don't like this girl, you should be staying neutral as a publication. And that's just on period to me. I don't, you know what, again, I know Amanda is a polarizing topic. People hate her, they love her, whatever it is, okay? I understand. You feel your type of way, I feel my type of way. I do feel like Amanda run her mouth a lot, and there are some times where I'm like, girl, you need to bag back and sit down. But then there are other times where I'm like, I believe what she's saying. I don't think that she is lying. I don't. I really don't. I also feel like because Amanda has challenged the status quo on a regular basis, that she is going to meet opposition regularly, because people don't like that. People like status quo. They do. And no matter how many times Black people try to say that they want to really try to change things and move the needle, some of us really just want to have power like white folks and be able to exercise our power just like white folks. And let's be fucking for real. That's a lot of the things that we have adopted while we're here, being in this Eurocentric country and this Eurocentric society based off individualism. That's what I think. That's really what I think, y'all. I'm just, again, you hate her, you love her. I do believe she's telling the truth. I don't think that Club Shay Shay is a safe space for Black women, and I'm not including Monique because Monique falls under the misogynoir. She don't care. She called her husband daddy, girl, in public, out loud, in front of people, as a grown ass woman. Like, I get it, girl. You calling him daddy in bed, girl, in the bed, that's fine. Okay, in the bed, that's fine. But girl, out loud in real life, girl, hell no, nah. Girl. Your kids can hear that shit, girl. Your mom and them. Your grandma them can hear you calling this grown ass man daddy, a nigga who you make more money than, a nigga who is on your payroll, who you sign the checks off of. Girl, bye, girl. If anything, you ought to be ashamed of that. Anyway, y'all, get in the comments. Tell me what you think about this whole interview. Did you watch it? Child, YouTube being real trash right now, trying to hold up my videos, child. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do how I'm gonna work around it. But anyway, y'all get down in the comments. Tell me what you think about the whole situation. I'm just pissed at the fact that they think Shannon thought that white kids couldn't be kids can't be racist. Are you be fucking for real? You ain't see all of, like, if you read books, Shannon, okay? Those plastic things with the pages inside of them, okay, with words that come together to tell a story, okay? Books, right? I've read books, and inside of them, sometimes they have like little inserts, pictures, illustrations that show kids taking part in lynchings, okay? Taking part in protests to deny Black kids to be able to come into schools or go into restaurants or go into different stores. Yeah, they had their kids out on the line too. absolutely, proudly saying we don't want them niggers. So, not today, okay? Not today, Satan. Get thee behind me, child. I don't have time for you, Shannon. And the rest of your NFL league that done got hit upside the goddamn head too many damn times. Okay? For your white massa over there. Okay? Who owns you and trades your ass at the drop of a motherfucking dime. Got your ass on the auction block. But anyway, I digress. Get in the comments.